Hello, my name is Rick.
Ciao, my name's Millie.
And this is episode 18
18
of season 2 of
Yonks
Ago. This is Yonks Ago, coming into your ears. Now what are yonks? They're kinda like years. Just a father and a daughter who want to know all about some people from Yonks Ago. Interesting people who did interesting stuff, but about whom we don't know enough. So we're gonna dig deep and find it all out. Yonky doodlers know what we're all about. Yonks Ago, hey ho, hey, Yonks Ago, hey ho, hey, surely. Oh, well, we made it. Episode 18.
Yeah, we've never done episode 18 before.
No, and this is, so Nancy Wake is now like in your face, Ned Kelly.
Yeah.
Suck it, Nedwood. I'm Nancy Bloody Wake.
Yeah.
And 17 episodes is not enough to contain me.
Nah, watch me go to Hunji.
Yeah. The Nancy, it's just like a, I can't think of the word, but it's like, it's too much to fathom how much Nancy there is to understand.
Oh, yeah.
And even once we've done 100 episodes on Nancy, we still won't fully understand.
She's an enigma.
That's what she is, an enigma wake. And look, we're recording a very unusual time.
Yeah.
As we've last week, we tried Monday evening.
I reckon it was fine.
It was fine.
You were in the bad mood.
Maybe it was me. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. I was trying to look around, wondering
look around you.
what had made you maybe out of sorts.
I was chilling.
When all along, it was this guy here who's got two thumbs and never blames himself. This guy.
This guy.
And so now we're trying Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
Just because that's, it's Melbourne Cup Day.
Oh, I shouldn't have mentioned it.
Well, I'm not trying to celebrate the event.
No.
Because we're saying up to the cup.
Nah. Yeah, exactly. I got confused. Double negative.
But that's just what the day is.
Yeah.
That's why you're not at school. That explains why on just a normal...
Nah, we're up at 5 a.m. What are you talking about?
Although I feel like my brain is operating at that level. I've struggled a little bit with my words already.
Have you had your coffee yet?
I have had my coffee.
Okay.
I've had a big fat breakfast smoothie.
Oh, yeah.
Chock full of, nutritious
You got your
ingredients.
banana and your raspberry. It's not actually a berry.
And yet my brain's not working. So Tuesday morning, who knows? The jury is out.
Yeah.
We don't know how it's going to go.
No.
But we're willing to try anything.
Yeah.
Do you reckon by the end of Nancy Wake we'll have recorded an episode in every time slot?
No.
I reckon you're right. I reckon we'll pretty much stick to very similar Mondays and Tuesdays, just variations on Mondays and Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Every now and then a weekend.
Nah. We'll just do a double down one time because we won't have to do a weekend.
There ain't no need for the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I should every now and then check our sound levels. I feel like I'm louder than you at the moment, or I speak into my microphone more.
Did you see the mic? It's like right there.
Yeah, maybe it's the angle.
I'm very.
Speak right in. Yeah.
But you usually hold it down here, and then I hold it up here.
This is the
So I was changing it up.
Tuesday morning's all about us just nailing our mic technique.
Yeah, so then I always try and copy you and hold it down here. And you always hold it, I don't know, maybe you're just louder. I don't know.
It's true. I mean, I do have theatre training.
Because I always put my arm here and then do this. Yeah.
Now, we did listen to the last episode of Yonks Ago, episode 17. I'm sure you remember it well, Yonky Doodlers. And it featured a fairly, hectic scissors, paper, rock battle that we played out on the podcast, and then listening back, we realised we failed to explain exactly what had happened. We just,
It could have been I did paper and he did scissors, or I did rock and he did paper, or the other one.
For a purely audio format, we really did let the Yonky Doodlers down.
Yeah.
We built up the tension. We played out a very purely physical game and then failed to explain how that game had played out, except for the fact that I had, of course, triumphed.
Yeah. So
that was clear.
Yeah.
But what happened, blow by blow, we went scissors, paper, rock, and as our...
Scissors, paper, rock?
What
It's everyone says paper, scissors, rock or rock, paper, scissors. No one says scissors, paper, rock. That's disgusting.
Well, when you say no one says it, I'd beg to differ because I just said
yeah,
it.
but you're...
I'm someone.
Yeah.
I'm a person. I'm legitimate. What did I say? Scissors, paper, rock?
Yeah.
You know why I think I do that? Because we do it as an improv exercise in schools. When we teach school workshops, we often do it, or we do it with adults as well.
I'm just going to say paper, rock, scissors then.
No, but it ends up with everyone, sort of cheering loudly for different people. Like it ends up with big cheer squads.
Yeah.
And we call it scissors, paper, rock star.
Paper, scissors, rock. That's the normal one. That's the one I did throughout my childhood, and then the Americans say rock, paper, scissors. So then everyone changed to rock, paper, scissors. But my heart lies with paper, scissors, rock.
Yonky doodlers.
Paper, scissors, rock. It's got that nice.
Every Yonky doodler out there will have their own specific way, and they will have only agreed with one of the ways you said it. You're like, no, we say it that way. But again, we've imagine if we moved on now and still didn't explain what happened.
Rock, scissors, paper.
Anyway, let's go back to Nancy Wake.
I did scissors and he did rock. There you go.
There you go. You got it.
Because I was trying to triple bluff.
Yeah, because you had.
Let's do it again right now.
You had outlined your strategy, and then you thought that I would be trying to win. But what you didn't realise is that I forgot to make any plan whatsoever, and so I just kept my hand as it was in the rock. Like that's the default. If you panic and you're like, I don't know what to do, you're just going to do rock because your hand's already in rock when you're doing the 1, 2, 3.
True.
And that's what happened to me. I had a blank mind and no plan.
Yeah.
You gave me too much credit. You thought I was going to be like, Millie's going to do this, so I'm going to do this. And so if he's doing that, I'm going to do this. And that's where you fell flat.
Yeah.
But what's going to happen today? All right, it's
ready?
a rematch. Yeah. I'm 1-0 up, and this time we'll explain. Ready?
Let's just do rock, paper, and on scissors you go.
Okay, ready? Rock, paper, scissors.
High five.
Oh, we both did paper. Rock, paper, scissors.
Yes. I did rock and he did scissors. We got it out of the way. Now we don't have to worry about it.
There you go. All right, so it's 1-1 in the...
Hey, I was having an off day that day.
Yeah.
I usually win.
Monday evenings, it's not your day. That's what I'm saying. Tuesday mornings, all about Millie. But look, so I know, if anything, this could just become a rock, paper, scissors podcast where we no longer talk about historical figures. We simply battle each other ad nauseum and describe to the listeners what's going on.
Yeah.
I think we'll probably be the most popular podcast on the internet.
Just a podcast where it's just rock, paper, scissors.
Pardon?
I'm going to make that.
That's exactly what I just said we were going to do.
Oh. No, but like... No, but like a new podcast and it's just rock, paper, scissors.
I mean...
Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, so clearly you were blanked right out. I lost Billy for a second there.
No, because were you saying we changed this podcast into it?
Yeah, I was saying this podcast will just become a podcast where we do rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, but we've already had episodes where...
I see.
You see what I'm trying to say?
All episodes.
Yeah.
You don't want to be besmirched by historical talk in the early episodes.
No.
And so if you have to recommend your rock, paper, scissors podcast, you'd be saying, but don't listen to the first 34, 35 episodes because they're basically very light on the paper, scissors, rock content and very heavy on Ned Kelly and Nancy Wake talk.
Yeah.
So just tune in after episode 36 and you'll get non-stop content that you crave. Anyway, hopefully that won't happen because you're going to start your own renegade podcast where you can use whatever mic technique you like and you can record whatever time of the day you want.
Exactly.
You're not beholden to someone else's schedule.
No.
Yeah.
I could like go around to random people and just play rock, paper, scissors. Oh my God, it's going to happen.
I mean, probably would work better as like a YouTube channel. No, I do like it. It's like in your face.
And I never tell them what we do. It's just whoever screams is the one that wins, you know?
So you're going to... So
you're not even going to... And I go, yeah.
So you're just going to hear you playing paper, scissors, rock.
Yeah. You're
going to hear who wins, but you're never going to know how or what happened.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it. I'll like and subscribe.
No, you can't... Okay, keep going. Continue.
I can like and subscribe. I don't know how things work.
I thought you still thought it was a YouTube channel. I was like, no, not going to be a YouTube channel. Are you serious?
What you should do is make it a YouTube channel, but it's just the podcast feed.
Okay.
You never release it as a podcast.
Yeah.
You only release it as a podcast on YouTube.
Yeah. Surely.
We found it. We found the perfect format. So look out for that, Yonky Doodlers.
It's coming.
Millie's hot new YouTube podcast is coming. And maybe people will start trying to like track you down and play with you so they can get on the podcast.
No, but it's never like they don't have to come to me. I come to them.
Yeah, but they'll just like keep trying to hang around in your area.
I see.
Like in the hopes that you'll just think that you're stumbling onto them randomly.
Yeah, maybe.
You have hardcore fans. Look, but Nancy Wake beckons. We must talk about her because Henri has just headed off to war.
Yeah.
Because the countries around France now are right in the thick of it.
Oh yeah.
The Nazis are in Belgium. And the French are getting a bit worried that maybe they don't have the defensive
the wall
expertise. They've got the Maginot Line, which they're all very, very proud of.
Oh, yeah.
And they're very confident in. They've got the forest. What was the name of that forest? Can't remember, but there was a huge forest which they think is pretty impenetrable.
Yeah.
It's the Ardon forest. The Ardon. The forest of Ardon. Apologies to all our French Yonky Doodlers out there. You know how it's pronounced, and I don't. And will I do the research? No. I'll wait for Millie to come in and say, it's pronounced Ardennais. And I'll be like, that is definitely not right. Ardon, the Ardon Foron.
Yeah, that sounds...
The Ardon Foron. I've gone too French now. I've turned my French dial too far up. I can't even say normal words now. So they've got the Maginot Line, they've got the forest, but they're getting a bit nervous. They're like, is that enough? The Nazis are very unstoppable.
Yeah.
And they're going through Belgium, so they've sent their French soldiers up to help the Belgians.
Yeah.
And so the fighting is on. Henri's in the thick of it, and Nancy.
Wait a second.
Well,
do you say so you know how we live in Australia and we're Australian?
Yes.
And you live in Belgium and you're Belgian?
You're Belgian. Yeah.
Belgian? Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. I think that's how it works.
Because you were like the Belgiums.
The Belgiums.
I was like, yeah.
Yeah, look, I often get my words wrong. No apologies.
Yeah. No, I was just confused.
Belgium's own Nancy Wake.
Yeah.
But as we talked about in the last podcast, Nancy got her truck.
Oh, yeah.
She got the truck. Henri organised a truck from the factory, so she's got herself a truck. So Henri's off. France is sort of trying to get its head around what the future might hold.
Yeah.
Nancy's not mucking around, so she's got the truck. She's converted it into a makeshift ambulance.
Yeah.
Because she's like, I'm just going to be like
Uber
ambulance.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not an official ambulance. I'm just Nancy's ambulance service.
Yeah. Nance syllabus.
Nance-bulance. The Nance-bulance.
Yeah.
Ambulance. Oh. Ambulancy Wake. Ambulancy Wake.
I like that.
Oh, we finally got there. Ambulance. Should be good, but it's not. It's a very ugly word that I made there.
Yeah.
I'm an ambulance. Ugh, I feel dirty. Whereas Ambulancy Wake rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, that's good.
So she turned her truck into a makeshift ambulance for the Ambulancy Wake, and has and apparently she's given a whole new meaning to the term crash driving course.
Oh, yeah.
Because she had quite a few crashes
Nice.
as she learnt to drive.
Oh, yeah.
She spent a whole day just learning to drive.
Yeah.
Because she demanded a truck.
Yeah.
Didn't know how to drive.
No.
I reckon when she's asking for the truck from Henri, he's like, do you even know how to drive, Nancy?
She's like, not Nancy?
Nancy, do you know how to drive? Do you know how to drive? And she's like, yeah. I've got a license in Australia. I've got a New Zealand license. I've got an Egyptian license.
Canadian.
I've got a Canadian license, an American license. I can drive in almost every continent in the world, Henri.
Yeah.
She's like, I've never seen any of these licenses. Keep them in a special box, Henri. Just get me a truck and shut up. And Henri's like, does that make sense? You do have a lot of special boxes. Surprise, here's your truck. She's saying, so she got the truck.
Surprise.
Surprise, Nancy. I got you a special truck. All of your licenses now. Crack open the box of licenses.
I think you got too much energy, Dad.
Tuesday morning, the coffee kicked in.
Yeah.
Well, I was struggling to begin with. But now the French accent is going to be a new lab. All right. Truth be told, in all her travels
Yeah.
and experiences, Nancy had never had a driver's license. Not one. So Henri's just sorted her out with the truck. She's going, well, I better learn how to drive. So she just hit the road one
Yeah.
day. You know how that is, because as we discussed in season 1 of Yonks Ago, you also just taught yourself to drive on a farm.
I didn't teach myself
in
how
a
to
ute.
drive.
Wow, you and your gang, your
Yeah,
squad,
yeah.
driving squad,
Yeah.
on a farm in an old farm ute. You figured it out.
Yeah.
You're you skill shared. and that's basically what Nancy Wake did, except not on the farm, just out on the roads, just
Yeah.
crashing into stuff. she's like, oh, sorry, my bad. The Ambulancy Wake coming through.
How do you say sorry in French?
Je suis désolé.
Really?
Ouais.
Okay.
Je suis désolé.
That's so long.
You can just say désolé.
Okay.
Or you can
Because you have to say
désolé, baby.
It's long in Italian as
désolé.
well. You have to say mi dispiace. Like, why can't you just say sorry? Like, you know,
Oh, it's people
mi
like
dispiace. Is that 5 syllables?
yeah. Look, I don't know, but what I reckon is because we're learning new languages,
Yeah.
it's like we probably learn the official way to say it.
Yeah.
Whereas,
Like, I apologize.
yes, I am sorry.
Yeah.
Whereas we rarely say I am sorry. We say soz or sorry.
Yeah.
And I'm sure all other languages have.
Yeah.
You know, the native speakers have
True.
shortened, easy versions of the technical way to say stuff.
That's true.
Mate. That's why you got to get immersed in culture.
Yeah.
Like Nancy Wake did when she went to France.
Non sé.
Because you can learn all the stuff in the books, but people are going to say, gee, you speak proper.
Yeah.
No one speaks like that. We say weird things. Like, I often,
Hello, Dad. How are you today?
I am very well. Thank you for asking,
You
my
are
daughter.
very welcome.
Whereas we're actually like, I'm like, hee hee. And variations.
was that one word? That whole conversation that we just had.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I understood.
But Nancy, so she's out there. She's taught herself to drive. She's like, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Ambulancy Wake is ready to go.
That's a good
so
word.
she joins the voluntary ambulance corps.
Yeah.
And she drives up near the Belgian border, which is in the far north of
Yeah.
France.
Yeah.
And she gets to work.
Oh yeah.
And so she's driving up to the border to grab all the injured soldiers
Yeah.
who've been fighting and who've come back into France. And she's just driving them back. So
chilling.
sometimes she's the only car heading that way because
Yeah.
everyone else is running away.
She could just up the speed limit.
Yeah,
You know?
so she's passing a lot of refugees.
Yeah.
Again, in any war-torn area, people
Yeah.
are heading the other way. 'Cause
Yeah.
people don't want no part of it.
No.
They're like, war, no thank you.
No grazie.
Or they're like, nup. And so she's doing that. She's doing the best she can. She's got mattresses.
Oh yeah.
Oh, no, sorry, I got that wrong. I misread. She's driving past. Oh, the refugee traffic coming the other way is like trucks loaded with all sorts of stuff, mattresses and people and all the materials. People just grabbing what they can and fleeing.
Yeah.
But Nancy remembers that it was a very difficult time for her because it was her first real experience of war.
Yeah.
She's read about it. She was born. I think she was alive during the First World War.
Yeah, but like
was
2.
too young for it.
She was like literally 2 when it started.
Yeah, and she was sort of safely tucked away in Sydney during the bulk of the war, which didn't see much war action apart from on the news and the vibe on the street of and seeing all the people returning. But this is her first real, like, she's in the thick of it. She's seeing palpable blood. Her makeshift ambulance, the Ambulancy Wake, is flowing with blood, and she's doing the best she can with her rudimentary nursing skills.
Yeah.
But this is not like finding a dead body with an erection in the mud.
No.
This is people who've been blown apart by bombs and bullets and are very, very injured. And she's doing the best she can, driving. And, of course, as she's looking at all these injured people, she's thinking of her husband, Henri. She's Henri's up there.
Hope he's all right.
Imagine if Henri ends up in the Ambulancy Wake. So every time she gets someone on board, she's like, "Is that Henri?"
Yeah.
No, it's not. Phew.
Be a bit sweet though, because you'd be like, "Oh, look, there's Henri. Haven't seen him in a while."
Yeah.
But also like, bit ouch.
Yeah. Yes. So in one sense, she'd love him to appear in the Ambulancy Wake.
Yeah.
She's like, Henri, my baby.
Yeah.
It's my baby. But on the other hand, he'd only be there because he's been shot or blown up.
Yeah.
And that is not the way you want a reunion with your husband. Oh, hello, Nancy.
What is Nancy?
Hello, Nancy. Hello, Nancy.
Yeah, there you go.
I have no legs. Sad story. But that's not what happened so far.
Oh,
Spoilers.
foreshadowing.
And so she's doing that work. She's getting a crash course in what it's like to be involved in a war.
Yeah.
Even on the fringes. She's on the fringes of the war, ferrying the bodies. And then on the 10th of May, 1940.
That's close to your birthday.
It is. Hey, don't get
Hey, no, I didn't say. I just said it's close. It literally could not be that close.
The Yonky Doodlers piecing it all together. No, I don't mind. So on the 10th of May, 1940, Hitler's...
I said my birthday.
I know you are. You've got no shame. Hitler's forces launched a lightning attack through what had thought to be the impenetrable Ardennes forest in France's north. So this is the 10th of May. So the war's been going for about 6 months now.
Yeah.
Getting ever closer. And now Hitler's gone, yeet. Into France.
Yeah.
Not out of France.
No.
They're going, France is there. They've got the Maginot Line. They've got the forest. Let's go through the forest.
Yeah.
And the French are like, that's impenetrable. And the Germans are like, not really. Because it turns out the forest was not as impenetrable as people thought. And the Germans just made great time through there. The Maginot Line, as we spoke, did not extend that far. No. They were like, we don't need it in the forest.
No.
Who's going to come through a forest? It's scary in there.
Yeah.
It's trees, it's haunted.
Yeah, I've got Maggie's.
It's a haunted forest. It's got magpies that'll swoop. You can't come through Ardennes forest. The Germans said, oh, yes, we can. We've got the little magpie helmets.
Helmets with the spikes.
With the eyes and the spikes.
Yeah.
And we ain't afraid of no ghosts.
No. So
we're coming through.
I'm afraid no ghosts.
And so for the next couple of weeks, So what she saw around her in the next few weeks as the German continued their relentless forward march did not inspire confidence in the French military might.
Yeah.
Because it was just madness, like chaos and confusion.
Yeah.
And disorganization. The French had basically been caught they had not made the amount of plans that they should have because they had far too much faith in the Maginot Line.
Yeah, the Maginot Line, bro.
And the haunted magpie-ridden Ardennes forest.
The Maginot Yes line.
Yeah, that's what the Germans are like.
No, that's what the French were like.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, I see what you're saying. And
it's okay.
we're on the same page.
Yeah.
And as such, they were like, should we organise our army? And they're like, we'll be right.
Nah, that's fine.
Should we get some plans in place if anyone wants to come through here? And they're like, no one's coming through here. Relax. Who wants some more cheese? And then all of a sudden, as the Germans were coming, they're like, "Oh, quick, let's get organised." And everyone's like, "Who's in charge?" I thought you were in charge. I'm not in charge.
Nancy Wake's in charge.
Nancy Wake's in charge. It's like, where's Nancy Wake? She's out. She's got an ambulance now. I don't even know where she is. And so Nancy's looking around going, oh, this country is not going to be able to defend itself.
No.
The French have let themselves down in the military sense.
Watch Nancy just YOLO and...
They spent a lot of time partying, not a lot of time organising.
No.
Sometimes you've got to organise like there's no tomorrow.
Sometimes you've got to organise a party as well.
Yeah, I mean, they could organise a party.
Yeah.
Maybe they needed to treat the war like it was a party.
Surely.
They were like, all right, so who's going to get decorations? And by decorations, I mean guns and bombs. And who's going to send out the invites? And by invites, I mean organise a lot of soldiers and tell them where to stand. That's all they had to do.
Yeah, who's going to be the host?
Yeah, and by host, I mean the head of the army.
Yeah, straight up.
But they didn't do it.
No.
That would have been a good idea. Yeah. And then they probably could have put Nancy in charge.
Yeah.
She could organise the crap out of a war. Yeah. Or at least she'd tell them she could.
Oh, yeah.
They'd be like, do you know how to organise a war? She's like, 100%.
I organised so many wars.
The Great Egyptian War,
yeah,
remember that?
Yeah.
I was in charge of that. The New York Wars of 1922, that was me.
Weren't we in a war with emus once?
Australia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that in her time?
I don't. If not, she would definitely claim that she organised it.
Yeah.
We lost that war, which is the funny thing.
I know.
We lost the emu war.
I mean, it makes sense. Emus are scary.
Stay tuned for season 17 of Yonks Ago, where we...
Yonks Ago.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if we were Yonks Ago or Yonky Doodlers. What's the name of our podcast? But we lost the war, whatever. But in season 17, we will go in depth about the Great Emu Wars of Australia, which we lost. Because Nancy didn't organise it like she said she did. And so now Nancy has changed her ambulance. Now that the Germans are coming through, she's basically swapped from being an ambulance service to a refugee ferrying service. So now it's like everyone's just like, get out of France or run away from the Germans. And so she's just ferrying anyone and everyone who can fit in the car away from the advancing German army. So they're heading further south as far as they can go. And then they decided, and eventually she remembers they decided that it was hopeless. The Germans were definitely going to overrun. And so everyone just headed as far south as they could. And just were like, this has not gone very well.
No.
In the meantime, in Britain, they've kicked out old Chamberlain, who was the Prime Minister. Because he was a doofus. He was a dink. And they've put in old mate Winston Churchill.
Should have put in Nancy Wake.
Because Winston Churchill, he was an imposing looking figure. He was a big fella. Do you know Winston Churchill? Big fella, smoked a cigar.
And I know that photo.
He loved to make a good speech. Winston Churchill loved a speech, and that's basically all the people needed. Someone who could make a good speech.
I got one. Ready? Winston Churchill, more like Winston Churchill. You get it?
Or maybe that was part of his charm, was that he had the word win in his name.
Probably.
Maybe that does inspire confidence. Winston Churchill, on the other hand, you're like, not today. Not today, Winston.
But also maybe he jinxed himself by putting a win in his name.
Although, spoilers. I think it works out all right for all that.
Spoilers, Dad.
Maybe it works out all right
I
for
was saying maybe he jinxed himself. I didn't say he straight up jinxed himself.
But so Winston's in charge, and he's out there making famous speeches. Oh, here's a little taste. Let me see if I can get my Winston on.
Okay, do it.
I think my Winston voice is just the same as my Neville Chamberlain voice. It's just my fancy English voice, English accent.
Can you do it with a German accent now?
So this is Winston Churchill's one of Winston Churchill's speeches, not really his most famous one, but with a German accent as requested by Millie. You ask what is our policy? It is to wage war on land, sea, and air. War with all our might and with all the strength that God has given us. And to wage war against a monstrous tyranny never surpassed in the dark and lamentable catalogue of human crime. That is our policy. You ask what is our aim? I can answer in one word. Victory! Victory at all costs. Victory in spite of all terrors. Victory, however long and hard the road may be, for without victory, there is no survival. I almost turned into a Dalek towards the end. The end of that speech has a victory, however long and hard the road may be, for without victory, there is no survival. Works just as good. Look, he was happy making speeches, and that's all the country needed really from him, was someone to make a good speech and just to make sure everything was on board the war. And he definitely achieved that. As I think the Daleks would have achieved the same thing. Definitely could have put the Daleks in charge. And then I think, just looking at the time, I think that's all the time we've got. So the Germans have moved into France. The French have flown into chaos and confusion and have run as far south as they can go. The Germans are rolling in, and it does not look like anyone can stop them from taking France.
I'm worried about Henri.
And Henri is
I did say I had a bad feeling, didn't I?
Yeah, we have not seen. He hasn't turned up in the Ambulancy wake yet. But look, we haven't heard from him. We don't know if he's alive, if he's injured, if he's changed sides. Maybe he's working for the Germans now.
Maybe.
Henri, he's a survivor.
Yeah.
He'll do what it takes.
Nancy would understand.
If he has to dress as a German officer and pretend to be German for the rest of the war, that's what he's going to do.
Yeah.
I mean, who's going to blame him?
Yeah.
I mean, everyone who's not on the German side will blame him. They'll say, you're a traitor.
Not Nancy.
No, she'll say, mate, if I'd thought of it, I would have done it.
Yeah.
And maybe she does.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
No spoilers.
Yeah. Look, and who's going to win the tiebreaker next to episode of paper, rock, scissors? Who's going to win? We're 1-1 at the moment. And
paper.
the battle, the next one's the real one. Because even if we keep it going after that, it's going to dilute in its importance. I mean, it's great to win the first one, which I did, of course.
Yeah, but I was having an off day.
But scissors, paper, rock is often a best of 3 situation.
Yeah.
I mean, that's very well
I
within the
usually
realms
play first to 3, actually.
first to 3.
Yeah.
Well then, look, maybe the rules have been set.
Yeah.
We're 1-1. Millie likes her competitions to be first to 3.
What happens if you straight up just win 2 in a row? Like, then you've just won the whole thing and I didn't get to win.
What if you win 3 in a row?
Well, then you just won. That's three is the best.
If you haven't managed to win one in 3, then in your face, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. 3 chances, and that's not going to happen. We've both won one already.
Yeah.
So look,
We could do best of 3.
There's a lot to look forward to in the upcoming episodes. There's our ongoing battle with our scissors, paper, rock, and there's a war.
Yep.
There's the Germans in France. There's an Ambulancy wake
Yep.
service, which is running refugees willy nilly.
Yep.
And where's Henri? I mean,
Don't know.
All these questions may or may not be answered.
No promises.
In the next episode of Yonks Ago!